Okay, we're back with some poetry. We'll probably use poetry a lot because what I found out is that on YouTube you can't read books aloud. So as much as I would love to read some books, you're not supposed to, just with copyright. So I'm going to be using some poetry, and these are just poems that I have, in teacher resources of my own and some on Pinterest. If it has an author, I will make sure that I note it, just for copyright, but a lot of them don't. They're just kind of out there floating around in cyberspace for people to use. We'll be using poetry. It's fun. This is something that younger kids can do as well. But we're going to just read it in different voices. And then we also have some notebooks that I just got some cheap, let me grab it. Got some cheap composition notebooks, 88 cents at the store, that we will compile poems in. And this is great for younger kids. I'll try and keep the poems pretty simple. It's great for younger kids who may just need to work on fluency, or even some sight words if there's basic sight words in the poem. Also, during time that you want them to do independent reading, they can read their poetry journal, and because they've read it so many times, or because we're going to read it multiple times, they may have more confidence or just have more fun with it, and build their fluency in reading it in different voices. So today's poem is The Fat Cat, and we'll just read it through. I'm going to read it once, and then I'm going to have Ava and Reese join me, and I'm going to have you join me, and then we're going to try reading it in different voices to have fun with it. And then I will have Ava and Reese write it in their journals. You'll see I already have it written in mine. If I can get to the right page. I have it written in mine, and I have a little picture, lovely artist of the fat cat, so kids can have fun writing down the poem in a journal, making little pictures, and then reading and rereading that and using it as a little book for independent reading time. So I have a lovely ruler that's broken that I'm going to use kind of as a pointer. For younger kids, it's really important that as they read it, they point to the words, so that they know the word that they're saying matches the written word. So for early readers, have them use their fingers once they write it in their journal, and then write it different ways. Another really fun thing to do is, after we have a collection of poems, to have your child try and memorize one, so that they don't have to do it and they can act it out or be silly with it or perform it. So let's go ahead and read it. I'll read it first, and then you guys join in, and we'll ask the people who are watching to join too. So this is called The Fat Cat. I had a cat who was so fat, he could not even sit on his mat. He had a hat that did not fit. He put it on, and then it split. Okay, will you guys read with me? Okay, here we go. The Fat Cat. I had a cat who was so fat, he could not even sit on his mat. He had a hat that did not fit. He put it on, and then it split. Okay, now we're going to do it in whisper voices. Okay, so we're going to whisper. I hope you can hear us. Here we go. Whisper it with us. The fat cat. I had a cat who was so fat, he could not even sit on his mat. He had a hat that did not fit. He put it on, and then it split. Okay, now we're going to read it in our husky voices. Okay, get your husky voices on. You at home, get your husky voices on. Here we go. The Fat Cat. I had a cat who was so fat, he could not even sit on his mat. He had a hat that did not fit.
He put it on and then it split.
Okay, how else do you think we should read it?
Squeaky.
Squeaky voice. Okay, squeaky little mouses. Okay, get your squeaky little mouse voices on. Here we go. Oh, I said the cat fat. Let's try it again. Here we go. Sorry, moms and dads and family members, for that one. That could irritate the ears a little bit, squeakiness. Okay, so now what I'm going to have Ava and Reese do, and that you should do at home, is if you have a piece of paper or a notebook, go ahead and write this in your journal or in your notebook or on your paper, and then that way you'll have a record of the poem that we used today. We will reuse poems, so I'm keeping these on poster boards so that we can reuse them, and we'll add to our journal. So take a couple minutes, and I'm going to leave this up while Ava and Reese write theirs. Don't worry about pictures right now. You can worry about pictures later, okay? All right, take a couple minutes to write that. Okay, and I will remind them to make sure your spelling's right, since there is an example right there. Make sure capital letters and periods are the way that they are on the poster, so that you can see where the beginning and the ending of sentences are on this poem. Not every poem uses complete sentences. Sometimes they use phrases, and they don't always use punctuation. You can be creative with poems. Or poetry, but this one does, the author who created this does use complete sentences with capital letters and periods. So make sure all of that is the way that it was written. And Reese is finishing up, and we are going to look a little bit more at this poem. I didn't mention before on any of our previous videos that this space, I have two daughters who love to play school. So this is the playroom. The playroom has become a little classroom, and so all of these things are things they have around their classroom. So All right, so you probably notice rhyming words in this. What are the rhyming words that you guys see? Ava, go ahead.
Mat.
What'd you say?
Mat.
Okay, that's one. And what are the rhyming words with mat?
Fat.
Okay,
Can I say so?
just a second.
Cat.
Cat. Okay, Ava. Reese, what's another one?
Hat.
Hat. Okay, are there other rhyming words in here? I had a cat who was so fat, he could not even sit on his mat. He had a hat that did not fit. He put it on and then it split. Any other rhyming words there? Split rhymes with what? Doesn't rhyme with these, but it does have a rhyming word with it.
It fit.
Fit. So first, let's just look at these rhymes. So these all rhyme because they have the same ending, and we could also call these word families, the at word family. So let's brainstorm some other at words we know.
Mat. Fat. Cat.
We know all these. What are some other ones?
No, not that. Bat.
Okay, bat.
Gnat.
Okay, and gnat is tricky because it has a silent one too, but it does, let's just do this. We'll talk about that later, okay? But it has a silent letter as well.
Pat.
Pat, okay? You know what, actually, well, no, it's okay. What else?
I have another one on that one.
Okay, let's do these first. I'm going to stretch your thinking. So all of these so far have one letter. We can also, in front of the at, add what we call a blend or a digraph. So a blend could be any two or more consonants that blend together. And some common ones are like ST, PL, TR, BL, BR, any of those beginnings. And sometimes it's three, like STR. So thinking about that, what are some blends I should go on to digraphs. Digraphs are when it's two or more consonants that make a brand new sound. So when we look at STR, we hear each of those sounds. Stir, street, or straight. We hear the S, the T, and the R sounds. Or if we say please, we hear the P and the L, and we just kind of hear them blended together. So these are called blends. We also have what's called digraphs. And digraphs are when we have two or more consonants together and they make a sound completely different than what's actually written. So for instance, TH, we can't hear the T or the H. We hear, right?
Yeah.
What's another digraph that you know?
SH.
SH. Because we don't hear the S, we don't hear the H, we just hear the sh. Okay? CH. Do you guys know PH? What sound does PH make? It makes the F sound. How weird is that, right?
Yeah.
So, thinking about digraphs or blends, are there any words we could add to the at family? What if, let me give you some clues.
Oh, see right here.
Okay, and what would that be? What?
Chat.
Chat. Like, I just needed to chat with her for a second, right? Have a little chat. Okay? What else? Sometimes cars' tires don't have air in them, and so they are flat. We have that, and that's just one sound. Oh, we don't have sat. Sorry, I thought we did, but that's just a single letter, and that's fine. Any other? Chat, flat. What if we use this one? BR. What would it be?
Brat.
Stop being a brat. Okay? Okay. You can probably think of some more. So now we've got split and fit.
I have
Let's
one.
just brainstorm a few of this word family. So this is the IT word family. And this author just decided to throw it in at the end. It kind of throws you off because it's all the ats. Cat, fat, mat, hat. And then all of a sudden it's it, fit, and split. So they're trying to keep us on our toes so we don't keep rhyming the same way. So split, fit, hit, mit.
Lit.
Lit. I lit the fire of the candle.
Is kit.
Kit. If you have a kit, maybe a sewing kit.
Kit.
What?
Or doctor's
Or a doctor's kit. How about
bracelet kit.
we could do spit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Knit.
Others. Knit, and that has the K in front. Okay.
Why?
And that's why I was debating on whether to get into it. English is crazy. English has some different ways of spelling patterns that don't make sense. So when we write the word knit, it also starts like the word no. It has a silent K. Or in the word knee, it has a silent K. So it's just kind of weird. When you see the K end together, that K is going to be silent.
Or new.
Right, like I knew the answer. Yeah, exactly. Okay, any other it there?
Bit.
I bit into an apple. Or not, I bit my sister, hopefully. So we'll just stop here, but this is some fun that we can have with poetry. I encourage kiddos to get their poetry journals out and keep reading this. This could be one that you want to memorize and perform. It may be one that you want to draw in your journal and draw actual fat cat not being able to fit on his mat and with a hat that's on his head that's split. So also thinking about word families and having fun with those words. So we're going to stop for now. We will give more coming up. I don't know if we'll do more today or if we'll just wait until coming days, but we will see you soon.